Oh my gosh. One person said, hey you guys, so I've been seeing a lot of people in the YouTube world go to the worst reviewed restaurant in their city, worst reviewed nail salon in their city, and I decided let's mix things up a little bit. And because you guys know I love TJ Maxx, or if you're a new viewer, y'all, I love TJ Maxx, I decided let's go to the worst reviewed TJ Maxx in my city. I'm personally curious to see why someone would hate on TJ Maxx. What did they say about this store? And what is the worst reviewed TJ Maxx? So without any further ado, let's get on with the video. So first, before we go to the worst reviewed TJ Maxx, I'm gonna have to find it. And there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 TJ Maxx stores in my city. I live in New York City, for those of you that don't know. Now let's look at each store. We got a 4.1, 4.2.
A few moments later.
Ooh, and a 4.0. So this store, oh wow, it's got 2,028 reviews. So let's first organize them from the lowest rating. Alright, let's read some reviews. One shopper said, absolutely horrible experience. The so-called manageress, a man-looking African-American woman, refused to give me a refund for an item I returned. Please note, I had the receipt and an item as well as a sticker on the item. Yes, people, sadly racism is still alive and well, and she was so threatened by me, she felt the need to embarrass me in front of several store numbers for no reason. I had contacted head office and I'm filing a formal complaint. Sad job, sad people, and I'm delighted. I'm an attorney and not a store clerk at her age. Y'all, what? Like, I wonder if she's really an attorney though, because you know when you get mad you start saying stuff. Ooh, this is a good one. Another person said, wait in line downstairs for 20 minutes only to find out returns must be processed upstairs, where the line is even longer. No signage indicates returns are upstairs, registers only. So we will definitely be on the lookout to see if there's any signs indicating upstairs only if you want to do returns. One person said with a 1-star rating, went in, looked around, and walked out. That's funny. Ooh. Another person said, cashiers are very rude and busy chatting with each other while queue is long, and their lights are on and should be ready for next customer. 3 employees sending me back to wait while they are just standing and talking to each other, not doing anything after one's last customer. Left items behind and not going back again. There is competition few corners away. I'd rather spend my money there than at TJ Maxx anymore. She says she is not going back to that TJ Maxx, and they better watch out. So let's read a couple more reviews and then we'll go to this TJ Maxx. Cashiers are very rude and busy chatting with each other. Someone else said, oh, place is a madhouse. No one bothers to answer the phone. A lack of stock. Unfriendly staff. I never found anything worth buying. Ooh, too small, unorganized, very few choices. Terrible store, dirty, and unfriendly people. It looks like the pattern is unorganized, not great customer service, the lines are long, and it's just a big mess overall. So, with that all in mind, let's go to this TJ Maxx. Alright you guys, we're here. We're supposedly at the worst reviewed TJ Maxx in my city. Okay, so let's first look around and see if everything is messy. Looks like I just walked in a hoarder's house. I mean, kind of messy and disorganized, but it's not completely horrible. So here's what I see right now. Let's see. One thing I did notice though, I did not get greeted as I entered the store. And there's no signs anywhere that says to do returns you have to go upstairs. You guys, I think they changed the layout of the store because the makeup section used to be right over there. Oh my gosh. I'm shook right now. Okay, well let's walk around and see if we see anything messy and disorganized. Okay, so this section looks pretty organized. Nothing's fallen over. And there's also a bunch of options too. Ooh, here's the beauty section. Should we like look here just for a second? See if we can find any new high-end makeup deals. I mean, come on, you know, I'm a makeup fanatic. The makeup section looks pretty organized and clean. Nothing's too messy. I mean, we do have these products that are loose on the table, which I'm like, why? But let's be honest, it's probably someone who was really lazy and decided to put back the product they picked up. Organized. So there's an employee helping a customer out, finding some jewelry, so noting that. Now let's check their clothing section and see if there's any messy or sloppiness or any employees like yelling at us, you know? So the aisles seem very clean. I mean, there is some lint right there. Do you see? And there too. Oh my gosh, look. There's a bunch of clothes on the ground. There's more clothes too. Ah. What's going on, TJMAXX? So here's the shoe section. Dun dun dun. So these are some travel-friendly accessories. And look. Oh my gosh. What happened there? Okay, this aisle looks nice. Alright, there's one more shoe aisle. At least they all have pairs. And they're kind of lined up next to each other. Here's a left cart. So it looks like it's a hit or miss. Some aisles are really nice. And some aisles are like... Another one. And more. Alright, so to see how bad these lines are, I'm gonna actually buy something. Let's see, how long will it take for me to check out? Oh no. So this is their clearance section, you guys, and yeah. Oh my gosh. Not organized one bit, and yeah, I don't know what anything is because there's stuff missing. I'm going to be very basic with my purchase, and I'm just going to get a pair of socks. I'm kind of scared to see how long this line's going to be. Alright, so this is what I'm seeing right now. Yeah. Okay, so there's an employee. Looks like he's organizing. Alright, we got the goods. We just made a purchase. Now let's go back home so I can tell you my thoughts about the worst reviewed TJMAXX in my city. Alright, so as I'm going down, y'all, the escalator is not working. I repeat, the escalator is not working. Man, do you guys only do returns upstairs? Okay. Okay, noted. Thank you. Boy, is there some tea to spill. Alright, you guys. So, I just got back from the worst reviewed TJMAXX in my city. On my way back, I made a pros and cons list. Okay, let's go through the cons. When I first entered the store, I was not greeted by an employee. Just like, hey, welcome, you know, anything. Nothing. So on the first floor, stuff was okay, it was kind of organized, but some of the sections near the checkout line was like a little messy, a little sloppy. So then I went upstairs and I saw random carts and baskets left everywhere. I don't know what happened. Where are their people? Where are their owners? And then also, where are the employees? Like, why aren't they putting it back where it needs to be? But yeah, there were random carts and baskets left everywhere and anywhere. I also saw lint on the floor. That was disgusting. I've never seen such a big dust ball. It makes me wonder, are the floors ever cleaned? I also saw a bunch of clothes on the floor. Like at first glance, I was like, oh, this looks really nice. What are people talking about? No, there's literally piles of clothes on the floor. Like, what happened? Did someone just like decide to toss it all on the ground? Yeah, I just don't know. I also saw some shoes on the floor, which I was so confused by. So they weren't just like thrown on the floor. The weird thing was how they were placed. They're all like placed in a single line, and none of the pairs were missing, and they were just, again, just like lined up right next to each other. It's like, why whoever did that didn't just put it back on the shelves? That was weird. I also checked out the clearance section, you guys. Y'all, some of these sections were like a hit or miss. Some of them were really nice. The active wear section I thought was really nice and organized. The beauty section. But besides those sections, some sections were like, it blew my mind. Like, where is the cap to this thing? What is this at all? Yeah, clearance section needs a little tidying up. So I noticed once I got to the second floor, an employee did finally greet me, but under her breath. She was like, hi, how are you? But she said it in a very low voice, and I was like, nice, but say it out loud. You know? A customer, whenever they walk in a store, wants to be greeted just because it's a sign of acknowledgement, you know? So I did see one employee also, but only one. So out of all of them, only one I saw doing this, but they were like touching their eyes. She just was like doing her own thing. And it's like, lady, you're in a cashier's line. You're supposed to help people check out. But hey, maybe she was on her 15-minute break. But I know for me, when I was on my 15-minute break, we weren't allowed to be in the store. We had to be in the break room, because if customers saw us, then they would ask us questions, and well, we're not gonna wanna help them because we're on a 15-minute break. So on my way down from the second floor to the first floor, the escalator was not working. It was completely stopped. Maybe it was broken, maybe the battery ran out. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but it wasn't working. And I wish, especially because they know they might have a lot of foot traffic because it's at the corner of Central Park, I wish they would have fixed that. So once I got back down to the first floor, I confirmed with one of the employees down there and asked, are returns only made on the second floor? And she was like, yeah. I even recorded the conversation, as you guys saw. And I was just like thinking to myself, where are the signs that say that, you know? In Zara, there are signs, clearly, like as soon as you enter, not as soon as you enter, but right by the escalator saying like, hey, returns are only made on the second floor. So Sally Joe, or whoever made that review and said that, they were right. Oh, and I do have to say, the employees on the first floor, there were like about 3 of them. They weren't really doing anything. I mean, if anything, they looked like they were re-tagging stuff or putting stuff away, and it's like, I don't know. I wish they had at least one working employee, but yeah, that was like kind of weird. Alright, so those are all the cons that I noticed at the Worst Reviewed TJMAXX. Now for the pros. Believe it or not, there were some pros. So one of the pros was someone eventually greeted me. Yeah, so I did say that. Someone eventually greeted me. But again, it's like under their breath. And I did end up buying something to just see, like, were the lines really that bad? And honestly, the lines went by really quickly, and all the customers there at the checkout line, besides that one girl who was like touching her face, they were helping everyone. I also noticed they changed the layout of the second floor. I don't know when they made the change, but at least last year, the checkout section was at one of the sides of the stores on the second floor. But I noticed today, it was in the center of the second floor, which I really like because A, it's quick to get to at whatever side you're at, and B, like you can see it, it's well lit, and it made also the checkout line much longer. You didn't feel as clumped if there were 6 people in line. You felt like you had your space while you were waiting in line. So besides some of the sections with lint and dust balls and clothes and shoes on the floor, majority of the sections were really organized and clean. Now I will say that. And the last pro that I have written down is I did see an employee helping out a customer at the jewelry section, and I guess helping her choose out a future necklace she wanted to purchase. Overall, you guys, I honestly didn't think this TJ Maxx was completely horrible. It did have its cons. I mean, don't get me wrong. We went through a whole list, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. And its overall rating, you guys, let me check. Its overall rating is a 4.0, so, and it has a total of 2,000 views. So with 2,000 plus views, and to get a score of 4.0, that's not that bad. But out of my whole city, New York City, what? It was the worst reviewed TJ Maxx. Now I do want to do just a short disclaimer. Y'all know I love TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx is one of my favorite stores to go to. I go there about once a week, if not more. So I'm not throwing shade at TJ Maxx. There's no hate, none at all. Love TJ Maxx. I'm a proud TJ Maxxinista. Alright you guys, well that concludes the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed coming shopping with me at the worst reviewed TJ Maxx in my city. Give your girl a thumbs up if you did. Also, don't forget to press the subscribe button down below. It's red. Join the family, become a bestie, and turn that notification bell on to get notified every time I upload a new video. Alright guys, I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!